Alright guys, how's it going? We're here at another one of my new houses that I just bought. We picked this one up yesterday at the auctions, funded and recorded just a couple minutes ago actually. So wanted to show you guys around and tell you what our plans are for this and the reasoning behind what we're going to do and everything. So right here in the front entryway, just to give you an idea, this home was built in '97. It's a big home. It's about 5,500 square feet in East Millcreek, so about 3600 South and 28th East. Nice big home, but needs some general updating. Overall, the home's in good condition. Couple things that I'll point out as far as that need work done to it, and we're kind of real easy to see, but I actually didn't get into this property. I peeked in all the windows and everything, but it was locked up too tight where I actually couldn't get in before I bought it. But peeking through the windows gave me a good enough idea of where we are at. There's only a couple surprises. What we're gonna do is actually probably throw this property up on the MLS as is, clean it up real quick, just fix the minor repairs that are more of a big deal, what I call wholetailing, or we'll get it in a wholesale condition but put it up on the retail market to see what kind of response we get and see if we can maybe get just as much money or as a decent amount of profit out of it that way, rather than do the whole full-blown remodel and then put it up on the market as a full fixed-up property. If it were just to be a wholesale, we just do clean the carpets, clean up the house, fix some water damage downstairs in the back deck that's causing the water damage, and then put it up on the market. We'll walk through and also show you what, if we don't do that or don't get any bites at the price we want, we'll go ahead and go do the full remodel, and that's what I'm going to walk through and show you today. Right here in the front entryway, as you can see, it's got a nice entrance. We got old marble down here, but what we're going to probably do is rip all this out. We'll capitalize on making this kind of a focal point where we'll have travertine on the floors and have a nice medallion in the center. That's a pre-made medallion from the tile company. That is going to be centered right underneath the chandelier, but if you kind of pan up, you see we got a nice grand entry with a staircase and a chandelier. You'll notice in this whole house there's a bunch of windows, just a ton of natural light that really are a huge plus for this home. It's really it's a unique home. It's not a typical Utah home, but I think in this price range we get a lot of out-of-state buyers coming in right now into Utah that aren't going to mind at all, because this isn't a cookie-cutter neighborhood. There's a lot of brand new builds all over. They're all different styles, different tastes. So I don't think, it's not like this sticks out like a sore thumb. It actually is kind of a staple for the neighborhood that I think if we just make a couple touches on it, will actually be a good home. So let's head into the front living room area. It's a nice vaulted ceilings. Down here we're probably gonna put hardwood down here because right now it's carpet. We've got another family room area, living room on the other side of this wall that's gonna have carpet. So one's gonna be more formal and then the other side's gonna be more cozy. Fireplace here, it's all working. We tested everything last night when we got here, got the furnaces up and running. There's 3 furnaces that were all in good condition. One might need a little bit of work, but mostly we're not going to tear down too many walls or anything major. It's all just kind of cosmetic, but on this size of a home, 6,000 square feet, it's going to add up quick. We're going to probably put 60 grand into this house if we do remodel it. Right here we got our formal living room, formal dining room. These are newer bamboo floors. It looks like they probably put these in within the last 5 years. We've got this in here, and then all the bedrooms upstairs have the bamboo also, which is nice because they hold up really well. Let's swing around and I'll show you guys. In this hallway here we have this tile. If we do remodel, it's going to be all torn up into be travertine as well to tie into the front entry, and we'll go all the way to the kitchen. In here we have an office area. This wood's pretty bad, so it's pretty easy to get matching bamboo that we could probably just replace and throw in here. So that's a thing that we probably will do. We've got a half bath right off this office, which is a nice touch. Actually the pedestal and the toilet are black, which is a little bit more contemporary, which is pretty much probably where we're going to head with this property. We'll tear out that tile and match it up with the travertine out front, but that pedestal and that toilet will probably stay with just new hardware, the stainless steel or something similar. If you peek in this here, you probably didn't notice, but there on the outside of the home there's a full security system, cameras, and this is kind of the home base for that. as far as it's all hooked up to that. So we're gonna get some specialists out here, get that hooked up right away so that we don't have any damage done to the property, no vandalism from anybody random or maybe even anyone at the auctions, whoever knows. But it's a bigger home that we don't want to, we have cameras, we might as well utilize them. There's probably over 20 cameras on the exterior of this home that we counted up, so the guy was obviously paranoid before. So let's go, we'll take a look at the kitchen this way. We swing in through here. Right now they've got a laundry stackable setup in here and kind of, you know, set up for laundry area and storage. We're going to convert this to the pantry and put shelving in, and also still keep the, you know, area for a smaller compact washer and dryer. We also have some area here for maybe food prep and more pantry space, which will be perfect. It's actually got some pretty nice marble tops on it right now, but if we do remodel, we're gonna go with more contemporary look and actually probably get rid of these and put granite, a color that will go better. This green color goes well with it now, but it is just dated. Even these cabinets we're gonna probably reface. So in the kitchen, same marble in here. Everything's actually in pretty good condition. This will clean up nice. This Gen Air range, countertop range that we got here is going to be nice. So we could probably just clean that up and reface all these cabinets. If you see my Oak Park video, you'll see that we did the white cabinets, which is more contemporary. We'll probably see if we can get these professionally painted with the automotive paint to be white. And even though they're not square all the way around, they have a little curve at the top. If we do white, it's going to be a lot better. So that's our plan with here, all new tops as well. Thing I really like about this home is this breakfast nook is awesome. You don't see this in many homes built in. All we'll do is probably reupholster this bottom piece, which comes out, and just get that reupholstered. This back is actually going to tie in with our paint colors pretty well. And then this staircase, and again, all the windows you'll notice behind here, natural light, and this staircase is kind of a cool touch. May add a new railing or just paint it black depending on the color scheme. So if we can take a quick peek out back real quick here, since we're here, we'll talk about where we're getting some water issues. Tiling decks is not a good idea as far as what I've seen so far. Every house I've seen, they crack, the grout doesn't stick, the contraction and expansion from heat causes leaking. This is tiled, it actually looks okay, but it's causing leaking underneath, and it's causing pooling because it was not sloped away from the home. It's actually slightly sloped inward. We're getting pooling right around here and all along these edges. And you can see that it's even pulling some of these tiles apart from the grout and everything because it's pooling, and that's what's causing some water intrusion in the basement that we'll take a look at in a second. But the great thing about this home is huge deck space. We've got a deck off the master up here with a hot tub up there that you can see that we're gonna get fired up and working. And then an awesome view, private, secluded lot back here where we got a little mini creek. Not a creek where it's dangerous, you know, no kid's gonna drown in that, but you got a little babbling brook that comes through, and you know, just feels like you're on your own little private area here, which is awesome. It's going to be a huge selling point for this home. Okay, we'll head upstairs first since the stairs are right, or actually we didn't take a look at the front. The other family room here, we got formal and informal living area. You know, we've torn up the carpet here just to see what things are like, but here's another grand room. It's got a nice feel, vaulted ceilings, good fireplace, a nice nook down here where you can throw a couch and kind of be nice and close to the fire. And it's got built-in wiring for pretty much the whole house. It's got surround sound, and it's got a mount for TV up there. You can get a flat screen. Fireplace works, so it's a really good setup. You'll notice on the back wall here, you know, we've got wiring for all the speaker systems. We've got wiring up here for a flat mount for the kitchen area as well. So just already pretty well set up for a more modern home. It just needs, you know, paint, carpet, and just that cosmetic touch to it to really make it feel like a brand new home. Now we can head upstairs and take a look up there real quick.
I love this little breakfast nook.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Holy
right?
cow.
All right, so we're upstairs. As you can see, we've got this kind of lookout area, which open air, good feel to it, where it makes it feel wide open floor plan, which is nice. Upstairs, we're gonna do a more minor or more major changes. We've got 4 bedrooms and then the master at the end. So right now it's just, they're smaller bedrooms that you can we'll take a peek at them, but they're pretty basic. And we've got 4, and then in between each, there's a Jack and Jill bathroom here, and then a Jack and Jill bathroom down there. What we're thinking of doing, if we take a look in this bedroom, is with this bedroom, there's no Jack and Jill between, there's this wall that separates the two. So we'll take out this wall, make this one big bedroom with a big closet. So it's not just 4 really small, it's 3 with 2 small, 1 big, and it'll make it feel a little bit better. And then we're gonna close off the Jack and Jill on this side, so it has its own bathroom for that bedroom. On the other side, we'll close off the other side of the Jack and Jill. It may be a little bit confusing, but that way this bigger room has its own bathroom. It'll almost be like a master for one of the kids. You know, it's gonna have, you're gonna have younger kids and older kids. The older kid's gonna want to be in this bigger bedroom, which we're gonna make by knocking this wall out. So it's just gonna have a better feel. Right now, this bedroom is really small. It just almost feels like dormitory rooms. Like at the dorms, you have just room. It's already got 7 bedrooms, that's a lot. So we got 2 more downstairs, 5 up here. So we don't need that many. Knocking that wall out's actually pretty cheap to do. And then we have bamboo that is easy to get, matching bamboo to fill in the spot of where the hole's gonna be. So very, very minor, easy change, which is gonna help the functionality. One tip that you guys should kind of take if you ever buy homes is we didn't know much about this home, but it was listed 4 years ago. I called the agent on the MLS to get her opinion before we started remodel. I said, what did you have from buyer feedback on the home when you had it listed? And she said, you know, she basically told us everything and what people liked, what they didn't like. So a lot of it was stuff I already had guessed was a problem, but wasn't sure. And one of them was, you know, feels like too many rooms up here, make it bigger, knock out that wall. Paint colors were bad, which we're obviously gonna change. Carpet's bad, that type of stuff. So that's gonna help us because we've already overcome a lot of the buyers' objections by talking to previous people. We do as much due diligence as possible, all within about a 24 to 48 hour range. I hadn't been in this home at all until about 2 o'clock yesterday. And we have an appraiser coming today to remeasure square footage. We've already had our inspection done, and we've already got all the locks changed, the heat up, everything pretty much, it's being funded. It already got funded about an hour ago. So, you know, you gotta move quick on auction properties, and it's a more advanced strategy, but it can pay off for you. So I'm not gonna go into all these bedrooms. We can peek at the Jack and Jill real quick just to show you kind of what it is, but they're both the same. It's got a nice dual vanity sink in both the Jack and Jill, which is a pretty good feature. And then if you kind of peek over around the corner, you can kind of see the bathroom in there. It's decent. We're gonna just do probably paint the cabinets and redo the floor tile and do a basic tile around the shower. So you don't have to go too crazy on these smaller bathrooms. We're gonna spend most of the money in the master and in the kitchen. But a nice big closet, which is nice. So here's that master deck that we saw. We peeked at down below. You can get a good glimpse at it here, but it's got the hot tub. It's got an entrance here and also through the master bath. Right here, if you can tell, we kind of swung back to the front door where the second staircase is, and also leads up to the master here. Here is great. Again, bamboo floors, which are in great condition. They hold up really well. We've got our own fireplace in here, which we tested. It's working well. Wiring all up there we've got to figure out what it's all to, but it looks like, you know, you got internet cable power, so you can get a flat screen up there. You actually got a little tiny wall heater, an extra heater that you can flip on. I think it's to kind of put boots or stuff under there. I'm not too sure, I haven't seen one before, but kind of put your shoes right here and you can heat up your shoes in the morning if you want. And then we got this built-in bed frame. I thought the bed frame, the built-in, was actually pretty cool if we were to paint it and make it match up and make it more contemporary. But the agent told me that people actually did not like it because it's a confines and setup you can do in this home. Given the shape of this room, I don't think you're going to put your master bed any other place besides this, but it is something that we will have to consider, given that the previous agent said it was, some people did not like it. So we will be discussing whether we do it that. It'll be interesting. I think it's a pretty good setup because it's got storage underneath. This unit itself is actually probably pretty expensive. Whether or not we can make it work is another question. So that's something to be decided. We'll kind of deliberate between everyone. In here, we got a nice master bath. It's definitely dated. Purplish green turquoise tiles on the jetted tub, which it's actually not jetted, it's just a tub, which we would have to get worked out. We're probably gonna throw a jetted in there, redo this tile around here, new granite tops with undermount sinks. Just the whole standard job to make this, a $650,000 to $700,000 house. This is a first for me. If we swing over here, you'll see this is the toilet area, the shower. A nice surprise around there is there's a bidet. I've never bought a house with a bidet in it, so that's an interesting new one, but we'll see how people react to that. I don't think it'll be a negative feature, but it's a new one for me. And then we swing in here, we have the master closet. Unfortunately, it seems like the previous owner ripped out a lot of built-ins. It looked like there was built-in shelves along all the walls here, which were taken. We're gonna talk to the neighbors, see if we can track down the owner, see if he still has them, because a lot of the time, not a lot of houses have setups for that much closet organizers. He may have them sit in his garage where they're in good condition, throw them back up, give him some money for a cheap price that you would pay off KSL type thing, and get those back in there because they do fit in here pretty nicely, it looks like. Right here, we got plantations up here, which is nice, and we got a little deck that looks out to the neighborhood, which is also nice. But let's go head downstairs and take a quick look down there.
It's a cool house.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Got a box elder bug infestation, it looks like.
Oh wow. Yeah, they love the heat.
Yeah, exactly.
From the windows.
Yeah, it looked like there was a crack up on one of these doors.
Oh.
And not a crack, but it just didn't seal properly.
Yeah.
And that's where I think they got all in, and from there it was just like...
They've been chilling.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we'll use it.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we're downstairs here. This, as you come down, is the theater room. They actually already have, it's not like a screen, but it's actually a painted wall, painted high white, in a special paint that you can use for theaters. Obviously it's old style, it's not set up as like a wide screen, which most movie screens are now. But it's framed out, it's got felt around it, so it looks good. It's got wiring up here. There's a lot of lighting, canned lighting already in here, which is awesome. And speakers already set up. They actually left the old school projector up here, which is probably not worth a ton now, but we'd probably leave it up there, and just because it looks like something's there and gives it a better feel. Whether it works or not, we're not sure yet. Someone's going to come in and put a brand new unit in anyways, most likely, but not something necessarily that we're going to do. If you swing around, you can kind of see that we tore in here our inspector. We had him kind of check it out. This is where our water intrusion was happening. You can see some water damage in the ceiling, some drips down the wall. Not super extensive, but there is a problem. It actually already, you can tell if you kind of pan across, it might be hard in the video, but they have replaced a large chunk of the sheetrock already. I would imagine because they had water damage, did not fix it properly the first time, and then it happened again. And so we're gonna tear it into it. We know why the problem's happening. They probably didn't, because they still have the tile up there. We're gonna take the tile off, do Trex deck, so that water can just drip right through. Like I said, tile's not a good idea for this exact reason. I don't think there's any problem with foundation or cracks. It's just water intrusion because of an improper built deck. But we've had our inspector tear in here. It doesn't look like there's any extensive mold or anything like that, which is awesome. We also have a big chunk taken out right here just to see what our water intrusion looks like. Nothing horrible, so it doesn't look too bad. We got kind of lucky with that because you just never know how bad water damage can be sometimes. But based on what it seemed like, it was, you know, a couple pieces of sheetrock and kind of move on. So head down here, we got another couple bedrooms, nothing too exciting. But again, we did have to keep looking, and before we actually funded, we had our, we have our 20 grand earnest money deposit down the auction. Even though, yeah, it would suck to lose 20 grand, we want to make sure, tear into every spot where we think there's water damage, see how extensive it is. We knew we were going to have to do this, but you can see they actually, again, I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video, but they already did repair all this sheetrock above up here. But again, they're still having the problem because of the deck. So you can see that this is crumbling pretty bad. So we tear that out. That's all gonna have to be replaced again up there after we fix the deck, but nothing that's extensive is along the wall. It's just in certain areas. There's 2 or 3 spots. So pretty much this area here and where you just saw will have to be replaced. But pretty nice bedroom here. It's a smaller one, but what you'll notice about this basement is, and same with the last house actually that we did, got lucky. The basements have, theater room has I think 12-foot ceilings, and we got 9-foot ceilings here. So huge ceilings down here that make it feel not like a basement at all. Big windows, big ceilings, real good selling feature. Not gonna find that too many places. Bathroom down here obviously needs new flooring. The countertop is pretty easy to tie in with some colors. It's actually got a pretty decent, solid surface. I'm pretty sure it's marble. We'll paint the cabinets, put new poles on it, but we'll keep all that in there actually because it's actually in good condition. A little bit weird thing that we don't know what we're gonna do with, but here's an exterior door that goes outside from a bathroom. Weird, probably gonna leave it, but that's pretty much it. In here, again, the flooring's gonna be replaced. Put a new door on this bath, and then simply just refinish the tile that's already in here and needs these glass blocks. It should be fine. Those glass blocks are a little bit dated, but they see them in a lot of houses, newer houses, because some people like it. So again, we go to this bedroom. We're pulling up the carpet, seeing where any water damage is. Looks like we got a little bit of water damage here, some things settling, or not settling, but just pooling of some minor issue. But for the most part in this bedroom, no water damage, just some simple, I think this was coming from the other side. So, so one other thing, the reason if you heard before, I mentioned that we were gonna get we're getting an appraiser over here. He's doing a square footage measurement. So we weren't sure what the square footage was. The county records show 6,000. The old listing shows 5,500. And this big of a home, that's a pretty big deal. 500 square feet at a minimum of 100 a foot, $50,000 in a sales price. So we need to get that measured out and figure out what our real true square footage is. I think that the difference is what they're counting livable space versus non. This room here is a little bit colder. There's not heat coming into it. It's not heated right now. It's kind of set up as a mother-in-law right now. You got a kitchen. There were some cabinets that are sitting down here. You got a utility room. And then if you peek in here, this goes to the garage. Let's see if we can get a light. The lights are on, but it's gonna be tough to see. But this is a garage because the lights aren't working right now. It's a double deep tandem garage, single car wide, but double deep. They started to do some framing in here, and it looks like they were gonna kind of finish this off and maybe try and add it as finished square footage, heated and finished, so that you can add some square footage onto. We may throw up a wall and insulate it and call it finished square footage, because we may be able to then get a higher sales price because it's finished square footage. So when that appraisal gets done, he's gonna let us know, how much is finished and heated versus how much isn't, and if we can count some of this as a finished square footage. We're gonna be pretty basic and cheap about finishing it, or not even fully finishing it, but just heating it and putting in basic framing and then having an insulated wall to keep it warm, because it very well could be that a buyer's gonna come and say, no, I want that double tandem garage and the double deepness of it. Or if we put a wall up, it's gonna make it only single deep. So, we're gonna evaluate all these things to see what's gonna get us our best ROI and what's gonna get us our highest selling price while still keeping the home functional. So that's pretty much it. I walk you through. That's everything about this home. Again, we'll have you come stop by through the process, check it out, see how we're making progress. We should have this one torn into within the week. We just have to decide what we're doing to it. And we'll process through this one pretty quick and hopefully have a good finished product for you to check out. Thanks for stopping by. Check out for the next one.
Cool.